Well, hello, I'm back. And now, that was a case in point. You see, I probably didn't really want you to hear what interrupted my last video. It may be an interesting point about me. It's not something I'm proud of that I do as a side gig, as they say. No, I mean, really, it's just one of those things that you don't tend to share with people because you're like, okay, they might not think this is like the best job to have. But basically, I guess what I'm trying to say is there are things that we like to share that we think people will appreciate about us more than others. And so I think that's what she was getting at, is the bad points. Not so much like, I want to go out and smack somebody. And I'm keeping that to myself. And that's a good thing. But you have feelings about things like that. And sometimes it's just really important when you are being yourself to not act like you don't have the same feelings and you don't maybe, do the things that are maybe not as, commendable or sought after as other people, or as you would want to show other people. You get what I'm saying? You get my drift is what I mean. Yeah, so I guess what I'm trying to say is I thought that was a really good part of the book. It really brought out the title nicely. I'm going to give a little book review. And I felt like it really punched the point that, we all relate to that, right? That's what's so good about good writing. We're all human. And so there are things that are, wow, that's really something about you that, is impressive or whatnot. And then there's things that are like, oh, yeah, I know how that is because we all struggle in some areas. And it's really good to know that you're human too. And then I can talk to you about my things that I struggle with or that are just not as pretty and outstanding as I might want them to be, or that you might want them to be, or might just think that you want them to be. So sometimes in our society, it's really kind of promotes that kind of thinking that, we want people to like what we're doing. We want people to be impressed by what we're doing all the time. That's what we show the world. So I guess that's what I want to talk about, is that I'm getting to the place where I need to be able to say, I don't care if you don't like some parts about me. Okay? Because what I need to know is that I'm doing the things that I feel and that I believe in and that I feel are right. And when I'm struggling in an area, I need to also feel like I can put that out there and get the support that I need by asking God and asking others and being transparent enough to be accountable, to do better, And so I think that's really important for all of us. And that's what I want to talk about on Let's Talk About Tuesday. And I hope, is anybody out there that you can relate and that you might actually make a comment and respond if you watch this video about your thoughts on that. And maybe we could just share things, that are like, yeah, I had this experience where I shared something about myself and then somebody was like, Oh, yeah, me too. Or, I'm so glad you shared that because that makes me feel more comfortable with sharing this. And that will help me to not keep that to myself and feel like I have to pretend, like Sheila the Great, right? To be good at everything. Or to, and then you kind of don't really get to be yourself with people, and you don't really get to grow because you're feeling like you're just being able to present what you want instead of becoming what is in you to become. Does that make sense? I think it does, but I've been a little bit scattered in my conversation, maybe. I don't know if the scattered is the right word, but I've been searching for the right words, which I often do, and you might know that about me now. I have a little bit of problem finding the right words for things, and now you know that if you didn't before, and I can accept that I'm working on that. So, I know a lot of people say if you read, you get better vocabulary, those words just come a lot faster. So, that might be something I do more in my spare time instead of just listening to audiobooks. The ones that help you to get good at stuff like self-help, practical stuff. Maybe I could just read for pleasure sometimes and get a little bit more of that vocabulary from reading different authors that use different kinds of words. There we go. So that's one to grow on. I heard somebody say that this weekend. I was really happy that they were from the same time frame that I'm from, if you can believe it or not, where that was on a TV show that most of you probably don't remember. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time. For now, I'm signing off on Let's Talk About It Tuesday. See you later. Sayonara. Until That's Alright Thursday.